I am sick of watching NoFap and quit addictions and quit video games and quit all those bullshit that you do in your life videos. And I'm sick of them because they miss the point. They all talk about how if you fap, you are going to be lower energy and you're going to be this and that. And if you don't, you're going to get all these amazing benefits. And they are right in the sense that you're going to get those benefits and you're going to have those drawbacks if you do the thing. And the same holds true for video games, etc., etc. But the reason I'm pissed off is they skip the number one reason you indulge in all these things and the number one way to actually quit. If you did not go on your phone, if you did not watch porn, if you did not play video games, what you would have to do is sit there and stew in your misery. Because all the people that I know that indulge in all these things, they have miserable lives. They don't have a girlfriend, they don't have money, they don't have a business, they don't even work out. And when you don't have anything going for you, and you also don't make any changes in your life, you don't go after what you want, and you just stay at the place you are, you feel miserable. You feel miserable because your life is shit, and you feel miserable because there's no way out. You're not doing anything about it, so you know consciously and most of all subconsciously that nothing is going to change. You're not going to feel better in the future even because you're not changing your situation. So what video games and porn and weed and all addictions in general offer you is a chance to escape. You're not going to actually escape your shitty situation, but for the time that you indulge in your addictions, you are going to escape. You're not going to feel the pain of having no direction, no purpose, no drive. Because when you play a video game or you jack your dick or you smoke some weed, you kind of forget about all that. Of course, it hits you like a truck right after you stop the thing that you're doing. But during, you don't really care about it. You forget about how much your life sucks. And the same holds true for every addiction. So the main reason you are addicted is not because of the addiction itself. It is because your life is shit, so you try to escape from your life. And the number one way to stop being addicted to all this bullshit is to have a life that is not like shit. And that does not mean that you need all the results that you are striving for. You don't need to have money, you don't need to have the muscles, you don't need to have the girls to stop the addictions. What you need is to start working on getting those things. Because when you start working on getting those things, you don't feel as bad inside. Even though you don't have what you want yet, you have hope. And you are proud of yourself. And you are building up your confidence because you are working towards what you want. And when you do all that, you can actually go to sleep without jacking your dick to escape from all the intrusive thoughts you have in your head about how much of a piece of shit you are because you wasted one more day of your life. And you don't have to go around all day playing video games, or you don't have to hang out with your friends and smoke weed. You don't have to do any of that bullshit because you don't really feel the need to. And you don't feel the need to because you're making progress in your life and you feel good about yourself. You don't want to escape your mind. Of course, there is a physical and a mental part to addiction, but it really is very, very weak. I remember how I quit video games, and I quit video games when I was 17. I live in Greece, and in Greece there's an exam you take when you get to 18, so you can get in college. When I was 17, I cared about that shit. I wanted to go to college. So even though I played like 6-8 hours of video games every day until I was 17, when I turned 18, I just said, yeah, fuck that, I want to go to college, so I want to study a bunch, so I'm just going to stop. And for like a week, I missed it, and then I didn't even miss it. Why? Because my life was extremely purpose-driven. I had a lot of energy, I hit my workouts, and I studied. That's all I did, all fucking day. And I did not give a fuck because it was what I wanted to do, and I was striving towards my goals. And even though my life was not better objectively, like I was studying, and the next day I was studying, and that went on for a year straight. Even though I did not get the result for 1 year, I still felt great. I was not tired. I was not waiting for the day that I could play my little video games. I did not set a day that I would play video games, like Sunday, and wait for that all week. None of that bullshit. The same holds true with girls. I went on NoFap, which I never went on NoFap. I just stopped touching my dick like a kid when I discovered that I can put that energy into getting girls. Like the moment I discovered that, I just stopped. Because I knew that all that energy could be used into getting what I wanted, and I started working on getting what I wanted on the first day that I discovered that. So I had no urge really to do it. And the same holds true for pretty much every other addiction. For example, I quit cigarettes a few months ago, and I was heavily addicted to cigarettes. I used to smoke 20-30 cigarettes a day for 3 years straight, maybe more. And the first few days were actually pretty tough, but what really helped me quit was that I also improved my life on those days. I started picking up a bunch of good habits and seeing my life improve further and further, and that filled the gap that I used to feel with the good feelings of cigarettes. Anyways, if you don't want to be that guy that watches porn and jacks his dick and smokes a bunch of weed and in general has a bunch of addictions and vices in his life, the best way to cut them out is to have a life worth living and a life you don't want to escape from. And remember that to have a life like that, you don't need the results, you don't need to be in your final form, you just need to be working on that shit every day. And you need to be working on that shit at your maximum level. To be truly content with yourself, you need to be putting 110% every day. Because if you don't put 110% every day, if you leave a bit in the tank, you're going to get those cravings, you're going to get those feelings. Because you will know you did not do your best. And when you know you did not do your best, you start to feel like shit. When you feel like shit, you want to escape, and when you want to escape, you go right back to your vices. Good luck.